afternoon, Adventures of Casey here, and I know we've been kicking around the idea of some different gear reviews, so here's a little short one we're going to do. We just bought a new toy today. We bought the DeWalt 16-inch 60-volt cordless chainsaw, and kind of hem and haw between it and the 12-inch version. The 12-inch was only 20 volt. There is a few advantages going with the 60 volt, some disadvantages. Maybe we'll get to that in a later video. We have not even tried this thing. We just got to put it together out of the box, threw some oil in it. That's very important on these electric saws. You do have to oil them. You will destroy your saw and your chain if you don't. But we're going to give this thing a test run. I did a couple twigs out by the horses, and it performed pretty well on that. But let's see what it can do on this. There's times where we're out on the trail and we have deadfall or a limb from a storm or something that's come across, or low overhead that we need to trim out. And we've been able to clear them in the past by, firing up the Orange Beast and putting all that suspension work to use. And sometimes we can drive around it. Sometimes we've had to drag logs out of the way, or once we've actually had to use the winch and a chain to drag it out of the way wide enough to then drive around it. We're hoping that we can take this with us without having to worry about bringing gas mix. I got a little 18-inch Stihl, and I got a 22-inch Husky, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to always fit those into our loadout. So this is going to be our full-time adventure saw, unless we know we are going to an area specifically with the intent on cutting wood. So yeah, let's see how this fucking thing does. Okay, so we got our saw here. We actually use these batteries on the impact gun that we keep in the truck for changing tires on the trail. So we already had one charged up, didn't have to wait for the one out of the box. The one in the box only came with a 4-amp charger, which would take about 90 minutes to charge this 6-amp-hour battery. And here's the thing on these DeWalts. The 6 amp hours is really what it's rated at for the 20-volt system. So when you step up to the 60, even though they're flex volt batteries, you're not getting 6 amps or 6 amp hours at 60 volts. You're getting 2 amp hours. Now, DeWalt's pretty damn proud of their batteries. There's some Amazon knockoffs out there. I want to say the big DeWalt, the 15 amp hour battery, is running about $330 and some change right now. I did find some Amazon ones in our research. We'll probably order a couple up and probably test those out here as well with performance on the saw. And eventually we'll probably get a bigger charger just to keep in the truck, because 90 minutes between charges might be a long time to sit and wait on the trail. Now, this guy right here, we do have the 2 batteries, so we could work back and forth, but the whole point is getting somewhere and enjoying your campground, not have to sit on the side of the trail waiting for a battery to charge. All right, it's time to put this little bad boy to a test. So this round that I have here looks like it's right at about 11 inches. Again, we haven't tried anything big with this saw yet, but we're going to give this one a go. This is probably pretty common to something you might find across the trail. And if there's anything bigger, I think this saw should be able to make it through it. Again, it's a 16-inch bar, so you should be able to cut up to about a 24-inch round if you actually know how to use a saw. So if you're one of those people that wants to get a saw, then and you don't know what you're doing, might want to find some instruction. But hey, let's see what this thing can do. Well, shit, there you have it. That's actually pretty damn impressive, even though this round is just seasoned pine, but I went through pretty damn smooth and easy. Not a lot of noise. We're not polluting a campground if we needed to use it. So my initial impressions are, this is good fucking kit. I'm gonna have to get out and do some more testing on it, but shit. Good shit right there. All right, so yeah, that's our little short, very introductory review of the DeWalt 60 volt, 16-inch bar cordless chainsaw. And so far, we're pretty impressed with what we've seen. We'll have to get it out on the trail and actually see, you know, real world experience. Hopefully we'll be doing that soon. We finally got the orange beast back together and a couple other things. As always, if you have any bitches, moans, gripes, complaints, or suggestions, just go ahead and drop them down below in the comments. We do our best to try and get back to you. If there's any gear that you see in any of our videos, any other reviews that you'd like to see, go ahead and let us know. We'll try and get those up as soon as we can. If you've been following my channel for more than 12 seconds, you know my videos sometimes are a little bit few and far between. We film a lot. It's just a matter of getting off our asses and having time in between all the projects to go ahead and edit them and get them posted. But until then, make sure you guys are having fun, being safe, and get outside and adventure.